Merhaba, ben Azade. İlham Masası'nın ilk konuğu bugün eşim, uluslararası binicilik antrenörü Cedric Triolet. Onunla biraz küçük bir sohbet yapacağız. Ben sohbete İngilizce devam edeceğim ama altyazılardan bizi takip edebilirsiniz. Hello Cedric, how are you?
Hello, Azade. Very good, and you?
I just want to go back the time that we first met. Do you remember I was having a lot of problem with my young horse, and that's how we met with each other. So I just want to ask you that, do you know how many people that you trained around the world? Because I was in Istanbul when I called you, and you were already in United States and training someone. So first of all, I'm just wondering how many students you had around the world.
Wow, that's a big question. I don't know. I guess more than 200, 300.
You do know, and you're traveling in a lot of countries.
Yes, per month around 3 countries.
How did you started your career with the FEI also as a tutor?
Since a while, after riding, after competing a lot, I really enjoyed giving classes. And I had the opportunity to take a course for coaches for the FEI. And I follow taking more similar courses from the FEI. And they invite me to become a tutor and starting to give that course myself to the other coaches.
And the cliche question is coming. Do you miss competing?
Yes, that's a very cliche question, but no, I don't. As much as I loved competing on the time I was competing, there was one moment I did both. I did coaching and competing together, and I wasn't doing anything right. Neither competing, neither coaching, because 50% of the time of each was not letting me do anything right.
You wanted to focus on one, and you wanted to choose.
One had to be chosen, and I loved coaching, and I wanted profession on the equestrian, and of course, it's easier to be doing a living as a coach than as a rider anyway. But I really, really enjoy coaching. I love my job. So I'm very happy with my choice.
That's very nice. And because I wanted to do this show as to inspire people a little bit, I'm going to go through my own struggles and ask you, because you were my trainer as well. You know me, I'm just very impatient with myself. And I'm starting to having a lot of anxious moments when I see that I can't do something. So how do you deal with riders like me that they want a solution at that moment, and when they don't have it, they start going down and down and down and being sad about it?
Well, with you, it's a double challenge because
Thank you.
not only you have this problem that many riders have to want to have everything coming very fast. They don't like when it takes a while until getting there, but also you're my wife. So training a family member is always much more difficult. Any coach who train kids, wife, husbands will have the same struggle. It's a double challenge, managing you as my wife and managing you as my rider. That's always have been the most difficult. But managing the classes, when I start feeling you frustrating or when I start feeling a rider frustrating, I'm always trying to do one step back, make it a bit easier, to restart a little bit, restart another exercise, progressively more difficult, but not trying to achieve something too high too fast.
But you know, we all wanted to compete high. We always want to jump high. All of us, when you get on the horse, it's the same. As a trainer, I don't do that because I know the way of training. But as a rider, I'm another person. As a rider, I want to do fast and high and everything at the same time. So I know as a trainer from my side, it's very difficult to deal with that kind of situations, but you're much more experienced than me and you were dealing very well with me. So I want to share with the people that how do we, push ourselves to be patient and not jumping high on the show jumping.
Well, what I'm doing generally is to try to put exercises, difficult exercises, but on the smaller jumps.
Mm-hmm.
For example, cross or small verticals or simple highs, but difficult exercise, which gonna force you to achieve something to show the rider, okay, I don't know enough to do that correctly, so I need to focus. And of course, I'm always showing, like, you see, this is not good enough. You need to do this better. You need to do this that way. So the rider can see that he's not perfect yet doing it correctly, and pushing that rider to do it correctly small, and think once you do it correctly small, it will be very easy to go higher.
Very logical. then I will use the hint for my riders as well, because sometimes I put them higher for them to make them, courage of jumping. But I don't put very difficult exercises for them. But I should be switching a little bit of my way also, I think.
Yes, sometimes, and also for the rider, it's good to feel that he can do a bit bigger, and for the horse and everyone. But on those cases, I do a gymnastic, something easy, who's going to make you feel, oh, I can jump big, I can do it. But on the technical, the most difficult part, I'm not there yet. So, okay, I know I can jump big, but I need to work better on the difficult thing on a lower level. So, yes, that's a problem we see a lot, that the rider push to want to do faster, higher, bigger, and some coaches allow it because they want the rider to be happy.
Yes, because it makes you happy.
Yes, it makes you happy, of course,
Yes.
but that's finish generally bad.
Yeah, because from my side, I had a story. I trained with very bad coaches, so I know what is a bad coaching. I was also a rider myself, so I know the struggles of an athlete, And also, I start training, and I got the FEI level 2 with you when you were there. You saw I took it in Qatar. So now I know that the way of the trainers also how they see it. So I have the 3 perspectives and experience on both sides. And another thing that I had a time that I had very bad horses with very, very bad trainers. And that was the time that I hate riding for a while. So do you think it was because of me, or it was because of the way I trained and not matching with a good horse?
Yeah, it's everything together. The riders who are starting to want to go higher have to have the proper. It's all a team actually. It's not only the horse or the trainer or the rider. There is a lot behind. There is the farrier, there is the vet, there is all the care of the horse, the grooms. It's really a team thing. So if the coach communicate correctly with the rider, some coach are too tough and screaming all the time and just blocking the rider, or some coach are too passive and not pushing the rider when he needs to be pushed, that doesn't work. If the rider is too impatient and not listening to the coach, and that's not working. If the horse is too difficult, is not the horse appropriate for the kind of rider you are, it's difficult. I mean, to get every chance on your side, you need to have a very good team behind you, and someone who's going to choose a good horse for you, someone who's going to teach you correctly, someone's going to have a good farrier, good vet, good groom to maintain the horse on a proper general fitness. That all will make you a good rider or a frustrated rider.
So I want to just, summarize the today's inspiration for me, because I know it from myself. Until I met you, there were a lot of things I was hesitating to do it, and I didn't want to do it. I wasn't liking doing it. But after I met you and you gave me the courage, and for me, the foundation of you is about, honesty and working hard and everything. And when they all work together well, I start achieving the things I never imagined achieving, and start dealing with the horses that were very difficult for many people. But somehow I start managing them. And it was just all coming to me with the feeling of the trust, because I was trusting you as a trainer. And I know from the ground that you are telling me what's happening wrong or what's happening right. So I start doing everything. And you saw I achieve a lot. So I start doing it a lot than I was doing it before. And
you made me proud, actually.
Yes, it was a big change. I was proud of myself, but it was all coming because I was trusting you a lot, and you would let me know if something is wrong. Until that moment, I can keep going on. So the good teamwork, the good trainer, the good horse is changing a lot. Yes. I felt that. I live that. So I just want to say it on this case that it's not... The failure doesn't always coming from the person by itself. Yeah. The surrounding system, the little team that around it, it's encouraging a lot the people to do it better than that. So
it's primordial. Without a good support system, as we say, correct horse, correct coach, or correct groom, farrier, without those pushing you up, and at the contrary pulling you down, any rider will completely hate the sport or love the sport. So yes, it's very, very important. The coach have to be a bit psychologue also. It have to
pedagogy.
Using a lot of pedagogy and be a psychologue with a rider. We need to learn when it's the day to push, when it's the day to not push, and a good coach will make a big difference for the rider. The appropriate coach for the rider.
So thank you for being the best coach and pushing me to this level that today I'm here also. Thank you for everything.
It was my pleasure because you really make me proud with all your
Thank you.
results.
Konuğumuza hem de aileden olduğu için hem de beni sporda bu noktaya getirdiği için teşekkür ediyorum. Bugünkü aslında anlatmak istediğim şey kendi hatalarımdan yola çıkarak bir takım çalışmasının ne kadar önemli olduğu. Bazen kendi hatalarımızın bireysel değil, etrafımızdaki etkenlerden de kaynaklandığı ve doğru bir takımla her şeyin ne kadar güzel olabileceğiydi. Benimle bu yolu yürüdüğünüz için çok teşekkür ederim. Görüşmek üzere.